Did you know a 17th-century African queen once used a person as a chair to assert her power against European colonizers? This is the story of Nzinga Mbande, a name largely absent from Western history books, yet a figure of immense importance in the fight against slavery and colonialism. Born around 1583, in the kingdom of Ndongo, located in modern-day Angola, Nzinga was a member of the royal family. Her father, Ndongo, was the ruler of Ndongo, a kingdom increasingly threatened by the encroaching Portuguese, who were eager to exploit the region's resources and establish a foothold in the lucrative slave trade. From a young age, Nzinga demonstrated intelligence and courage. She was trained in military tactics and diplomacy, skills that would prove invaluable in the turbulent years to come. Her brother, Mbande, eventually succeeded their father as ruler. But his reign was marked by weakness and indecision, leading to further Portuguese incursions and the erosion of Ndongo's power. The Portuguese were relentless in their pursuit of slaves, raiding villages and capturing thousands of Ndongo people. The kingdom was teetering on the brink of collapse. In 1619, Nzinga stepped onto the world stage. She was sent as an ambassador to Luanda, the Portuguese capital in Angola, to negotiate a peace treaty. The meeting was designed to humiliate her. The Portuguese governor, João Correia de Sousa, offered no chair, expecting her to stand as a sign of subservience. But Nzinga refused to be demeaned. She ordered one of her servants to kneel, using their back as a seat, ensuring she met the governor eye to eye. This act of defiance, immortalized in historical accounts, demonstrated her unwavering determination to be treated as an equal. Nzinga, though baptized as Honor de Sousa, was a shrewd negotiator. She secured a temporary peace, but she knew it wouldn't last. The Portuguese were insatiable in their greed for slaves and land. By 1622, the situation in Ndongo had deteriorated further. The Portuguese continued their raids, and Mbande proved ineffective in defending his kingdom. In 1624, amidst this turmoil, Mbande died, possibly by his own hand. Nzinga seized the opportunity. As regent for her brother's young son, she maneuvered to take control, eventually becoming Queen of Ndongo. But her reign was immediately challenged by the Portuguese, who refused to recognize her authority. They installed a puppet ruler and launched a full-scale invasion. Facing overwhelming odds, Nzinga was forced to flee Ndongo. She retreated eastward, seeking refuge and allies. This marked the beginning of a long and arduous period of exile and guerrilla warfare. In 1629, Nzinga established a new kingdom in Matamba, a strategically important region in the Angolan highlands. She transformed Matamba into a bastion of resistance against the Portuguese. She welcomed runaway slaves, offering them freedom and protection. She also forged alliances with the Mbangala, a fierce group of warriors known for their brutal fighting tactics. Integrating over 20,000 runaway slaves and Mbangala mercenaries into her army, and even adopting some of their controversial rituals, including cannibalism, which shocked many within her own more traditional Mondo culture. This pragmatic decision helped create a formidable fighting force. Nzinga understood the importance of alliances. In the 1640s, she allied herself with the Dutch, who had seized Luanda from the Portuguese. This alliance provided her with access to much-needed firearms and ammunition. She secured over 4,000 firearms through diplomacy, strengthening her military capabilities. For decades, Nzinga waged a relentless guerrilla war against the Portuguese. She personally led troops into battle, even in her 60s, inspiring her soldiers with her courage and determination. She trained female warrior units, further bolstering her army. Her military innovations and strategic brilliance made her a formidable opponent. In 1648, Nzinga achieved a major victory at the Battle of Mbande, inflicting a heavy defeat on the Portuguese forces. This victory forced the Portuguese to reconsider their strategy and opened the door for negotiations. By the 1650s, Nzinga had transformed Matamba into a thriving economic power. She controlled vital trade routes, exporting beeswax, ivory, and, controversially, slaves. The Dutch records show that she was exporting up to 10,000 slaves annually by the 1650s. This revenue funded her army and allowed her to maintain her independence. In 1657, after years of fighting, Nzinga finally reached a peace agreement with the Portuguese. Ndongo was restored to her control, and Matamba was granted autonomy in the slave trade. This treaty marked a significant victory for Nzinga, securing her legacy as a powerful and independent ruler. Nzinga died on December 17, 1663, at the age of 80. She was buried in the royal tombs of Matamba, a testament to her status as a queen and a warrior. Her death marked the end of an era, but her legacy lived on. Though she had converted to Christianity earlier in life, taking the name Honor de Souza, she also maintained traditional African spiritual practices. She built chapels in Matamba while simultaneously practicing ancestor worship, reflecting her pragmatic approach to religion and power. Nzinga's story is not without its controversies. Her involvement in the slave trade is a complex and morally ambiguous aspect of her reign. While she resisted the enslavement of her own people, she profited from selling war captives to the Europeans. This decision has been criticized by some historians as a pragmatic but ethically questionable compromise. Some Portuguese accounts also portray Nzinga as a ruthless and violent ruler, exaggerating her warrior status and spreading rumors of harems and cannibalistic rituals. These accounts should be viewed with skepticism, as they were often used to justify Portuguese aggression and colonialism. Despite these controversies, Nzinga remains a powerful symbol of anti-colonial resistance and African agency. Her military victories, diplomatic skills, and state-building achievements delayed the Portuguese colonization of Angola by more than 50 years. She unified fragmented kingdoms into the Matamba Empire, creating a model for female rulership that inspired later generations of Angolan resistance fighters. Today, Nzinga is a national icon in Angola. She is featured on the 500 Kwanzaa note, and the new Luanda airport is named in her honor. Nzinga Day is celebrated annually on April 10, honoring women's resistance and empowerment. Her story also resonates throughout the African diaspora. Her tactics inspired Namibian guerrillas in the 1970s and 80s. Statues of her stand in Luanda and Kinshasa. UNESCO recognizes her contributions through its Slave Route project. Queen Nzinga's life is a testament to the power of resistance, diplomacy, and resilience. She defied the odds, challenged European colonialism, and left an indelible mark on African history. Her story deserves to be told and remembered, not just as a historical figure, but as an inspiration for all those who fight for freedom and justice. The world may have forgotten her, but her legacy endures.